Welcome to the Understanding the Paragraph Part B. Remember in Part A we looked at what goes into a good paragraph, and we used the acronym TECH to help us remember. We had TECC, topic sentence, evidence, commentary, clincher sentence. Now we're going to look at what makes a good paragraph, looking at the quality of the paragraph. Having all the parts is just the very beginning of developing a good solid paragraph. You need to have some other things for a well-written paragraph, and those are unity, coherence, and elaboration. With elaboration, we're kind of double dipping because elaboration is also the commentary, which we've kind of already talked about. But let's look at this. Unity. When we have unity, we're talking about the quality of the paragraph when all of the sentences within that paragraph work together to express or support one main idea. Unity is present in a paragraph when at least one of the following is true. You have all sentences in the paragraph relate to the main idea that is stated. The second is that all sentences in the paragraph relate to an implied idea, or a third, that all sentences in the paragraph relate to a sequence of events. So it means unity means everything within that paragraph relates and supports to the main idea, whether it's stated or implied, or shows a sequence of events. Coherence. Coherence is achieved when all the details and ideas in the paragraph are logically arranged and clearly connected. To ensure that ideas in a paragraph are arranged in a way that makes sense, pay attention to the logical progression and the organizational pattern of ideas. And there are 4 ways that we're going to look at. It could be chronologically organized. It could be spatially organized. It could be logically organized, or it could be organized by the order of importance. So this gives us some examples here with this chart, and I want you to pause this video at this point and get this chart down in your notes, because then when we talk about this, we have similar language and we have the same information. So on the left column of your chart, you're going to see the order, types of order, chronological, spatial, logical, or order of importance. The middle column tells us when we're going to use that, and the last column tells how it works. So go ahead and get this information down, please. Thank you. Having established the order, we want to move on to how the details connect within your paragraph. And there's different ways that it could connect. You could show a direct reference, or you could show a transitional expression. So I have another chart here, and I want you to pause the video again and get this chart down, because you will need it when we start our writing. This is ways to build coherence by connecting ideas. Now the previous chart was ways to build coherence by organization. This is connecting of ideas. Notice you have direct reference, where you are referring to something earlier in the sentence in one of these 3 ways. You directly refer to it, you repeat the word, or you rephrase the word. Or you have a transitional expression, which is our next, that shows a logical connection. So, and this is really important because you have comparing ideas, transitions to compare ideas. You have transitions to contrast ideas. You have transitions to show cause and effect, to show place, and to show importance. So pause this video and get these down. Really important, and these will be excellent tools to help you in your writing. The last thing that we need to have for quality of paragraph is elaboration. And we talked some about this when we talked about commentary. But a well-written paragraph has elaboration or commentary when it contains supporting sentences that thoroughly develop a main idea. For strategies for developing your elaboration or your commentary, you could use a description strategy, which based on the 5 senses. You could use a 5 W's or how strategy. You could use a cluster strategy or a pin tag strategy. Now on each of these, I want you to get the example in your notes on each of these next 4 slides, which will give an example of each. So pause the video after each and get the idea down in your notes. So the first is a description strategy. Now, the person writing this essay, and these are examples, is writing about a vacant lot and how that affects the community. So this first one is a description strategy in which he or she has listed the five senses: sight, smell, taste, touch, hearing. And for each has written down phrases and words that relate to the vacant lot. So that's one strategy for elaboration. The next strategy is the 5 W's and how strategy. So you ask questions for who, what, when, why, where, and how. So that's known as the 5 W's and how strategy. The third strategy is a cluster strategy, and this one you're probably most familiar with. So notice in the middle we have vacant lot. And then the 3 main points related to the vacant lot are the litter, how dangerous it is, and how ugly it is. And then when you have these in green around each, these are your elaboration or commentary. So for example, when the person talks about the litter, they're going to give examples of cans, old shoes, old newspapers, and grocery sacks. When they talk about how ugly it is, they're going to ask, who really wants to look at this? And what do outsiders think of our neighborhood? So this is a cluster strategy. The last one is the pin tag strategy, where you draw a star and then you put 5 ideas or topics that relate to your main topic. So our main topic is the vacant lot. And first, this person put down people, me, my brother Tim, neighborhood parents, and kids. Then they put ideas, junk culture, community involvement. The third one, they put down feelings of disgust, pride in work done, pride in the community. Then they put down events, neighborhood cleanup. And then the last one, place and time, neighborhood lot, October last year. So pin tag strategy lists 5 strategies that are associated. Okay, so each of these is in your book if you need more explanation. You can also come in and we can talk about this, and maybe we'll talk about it as we get into your research project. So this is our second part of understanding paragraphs. We've looked at the need to have quality in your paragraphs with unity, coherence of organization and coherence of ideas, and elaboration or commentary.